This is Derek the Bigfoot Hunter, and this is Bigfoot location video number 4. Thank you for taking a look at video number 3, Sugar Creek Sasquatch. I appreciate that support. I'm in Wray, Colorado today, and as you probably figured out by now, I'm a national touring comedian. And every town that I go to, I will stop before a show and I'll talk to some of the locals and I'll sort of get the Bigfoot gossip. And then when I go to my show, I ask the audience members, has anybody had a sighting or do they have a good Bigfoot story to tell me? So last night, I got sort of a sketchy story about how somebody might have seen something. So just like every town I go to a location and I do an investigation. On the road, I do a lot more investigating than I do hunting. And I try to have, even though this was a sort of a, I don't know, not a great witness story, that's perfect for me because I want to go into it objectively and I want to look at things. Particularly, I want to take a look at the area and see what the terrain is like. Because I'm not one of those guys that says everything's a Bigfoot. Some of that is just wrong. Sometimes it's a bear, okay? Sometimes it's pixelation in the camera. Sometimes it just is. So I want to apply a set of standards to every sighting, and this one's no different. Here in Wray, Colorado, or right now I'm south of Wray, Colorado, a few miles. The terrain is relatively flat, even though we're at a very high elevation here, about 4,100 feet, which is about 3,000 feet higher than the highest point in Cotton Hollow, Jackson County, Tennessee, back home. Way up in the air, but it's still very flat. And most of it, as you can see behind me, has very little tree cover on it at all, very little vegetation. So when I look at an area, the things that I want to look at are A, is this a place that could sustain a breeding population of Bigfoot? And B, does it make sense for that Bigfoot to be at that place at that time for that sighting? And when I come here, I see a beautiful country. Wray, Colorado is an awesome town. They call themselves an all-America city, and they truly are. But there's no shelter and cover here for a Bigfoot population. There's plenty of food because a good portion of this area does cattle ranching, and there's a ton of corn here for the cattle. So there is a strong possibility of food and water supply being sustainable here, but as far as the other things that a Bigfoot creature needs, and number 2 on the list, got to be shelter and cover, is just not available here outside of Wray, Colorado. So I'm calling this one probably not. They probably saw something else. Thanks for checking this out, and I'll see you in a week with a new location video from wherever I'm at. If y'all would like me to come to your town, talk a little Bigfoot, maybe do a little Bigfoot hunting, and tell our Bigfoot jokes, you can get a hold of me at this email address on the screen. Peace, y'all.